Some NBA teams look great in the standings. They win games, they make the playoffs, and on paper, everything seems fine. But underneath, they've got flaws so serious that if they don't act fast, they could potentially destroy the championship window and their franchise. Today I'm talking about two teams that should be contenders but are one bad decision away from disaster. The Philadelphia 76ers have been solid to start the season. They're sitting near the top of the East, Tyrese Maxey is playing like a fringe MVP, and Joel Embiid, when healthy, is still one of the most dominant bigs in basketball. On the surface, this looks like a contender, but the problem is everything outside of their stars. This roster completely collapses when you move past VJ Edgecombe, Maxey, and Embiid. They lack 3-and-D wings, their rebounding drops off a cliff, and defensively, Embiid is still expected to clean up every mistake, which just isn't realistic anymore. And that's the real issue. This team is built like Embiid is still in his prime. He isn't. His knees are held together with hope, sticky tape, and prayers, and every season you're asking him to carry more than his body can handle. Philadelphia doesn't need another superstar. They need depth, versatility, and players who can survive playoff basketball without the stars babysitting them. One realistic solution. Philadelphia should seriously consider turning one big contract into multiple playoff-level role players. Instead of chasing star power, they need guys who can guard wings, hit open threes, rebound, and don't disappear when the MVPs sit. I think the most likely way to achieve this is to pair Paul George, Jared McCain, and a first-round pick for Jaden McDaniels, Dante DiVincenzo, Mike Conley, and good old fucking Robert. This is a clear win for Philly. They get 2 3-and-D players in DiVincenzo and Jaden McDaniels. And there's some proper value here for the Timberwolves as well. They get a productive offensive and defensive player in Paul George to fill Jaden McDaniels' position, and they get a ball-handling shooting guard / point guard, which they have been desperately lacking throughout the regular season. Now let's talk about a team that's in an even worse position, the Phoenix Suns. They're firmly sitting in the playoff range. They've had some impressive wins, and somehow, despite everything, they're competitive. But here's the brutal truth. Phoenix is trapped. They don't own their future draft picks. They don't own elite young talent. They can't afford to be bad. That means every season, no matter what, they have to push for wins, even if it leads nowhere. Right now, this roster has a clear ceiling. A first-round exit, maybe 6 games if everything goes right. And unlike Philly, Phoenix doesn't have many tradable assets left. No easy reset, no soft rebuild. So unless they do something drastic, they're stuck being good enough to survive, but not good enough to matter. The uncomfortable reality. Phoenix doesn't need small upgrades. They need a franchise-altering move. The kind that either saves them or completely blows it up. And if that never comes, then the Suns are basically choosing mediocrity until they finally get control of their future again. Not because they're incompetent, but because they back themselves into a corner they can't escape. Even though they have a good record of 19-13, at this point, they're never going to win a championship. I came up with a bit of a crazy hypothetical. If you put the value and youth of Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, and Colin Gillespie, maybe a first-round pick for Giannis and the bros. It's a tough sell and an absolute prayer. But this represents the move that they need to make in order to become genuine contenders. Also, can we talk about how perfect this pairing would be of Devin Booker and Giannis? They'd both average 50, even if this trade is a bit unrealistic. This trade gives the Suns a real ceiling for the first time since they made the finals. And who better to give it to them than the guy who took it away in 2021? Finally, both of these teams are good. Both of them will make the playoffs. But unless they act fast, they're going to waste years pretending to contend, instead of actually doing it. Let me know which team you think is in more trouble, and who I should break down next.